So recap over UFC 309. I'm going to be going over the last 3 fights specifically, just a little breakdown of it, a little breakdown of the whole of it, just the whole event in general. So yeah, starting off, we got Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig. Obviously, Bo Nickal won in unanimous decision. 3-round fight. It was the featured bout of the event. And yeah, fans were not pleased by Bo Nickal. And I think you guys don't understand how MMA works. You have to think about it. You got to cut this guy some slack. Yeah, I get it. He didn't wrestle. He didn't need to wrestle, okay? He could have been a little more aggressive on the striking, and I will admit that. He could have finished Craig, honestly, or at least attempted to. But you have to be aware, Craig is a very dangerous submission artist. He didn't want to get caught. Like, if he dropped him, Craig is very capable of just, like, turning around into submission. Like, someone like Brian Ortega, they both do very good at that. This guy is only 7-0. That was his 7th MMA fight. Paul Craig has fought like 20-something times. Like, you got to cut this guy some slack. He's very new to MMA, and he still just whipped that guy. 30-27 to him. And he didn't have to wrestle. Like, I thought that was a good performance by Nickal. I don't know why everyone was booing. They were chanting overrated. This guy is going to be ranked. He's going to be very good. He's a big prospect. He's still undefeated. I don't understand what's not to like about this guy. You casual fans don't understand how MMA works. This guy's 7-0, bro. He's new to MMA. He's still learning, developing, and he's ranked. Next time he'll fight a ranked fighter, maybe even someone in the top 10. Give him someone that will push him, because he's yet to have a close fight yet. Paul Craig was his best opponent that he's faced yet, and he just annihilated him. Now, I do know Paul Craig is not that good, but he's a very dangerous submission artist. This guy's beating Jamal Hill, Ankalaev. Those are big wins right there. So I thought Nickal's win was really good, and you guys need to respect. Next, we had the co-main event. We had Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler 2. And obviously, Charles won by unanimous decision. 5-round co-main war. Yeah, it was a very good fight. I obviously had Chandler winning. Didn't get my pick right. It's okay, though. Chandler's just not very good. I mean, every time they give him a fight in the top 3, he's lost. So look at his resume. He lost to Oliveira twice. He lost to Poirier. He lost to Gage. His best win is Hooker and a washed Tony Ferguson. I've been saying this whole time that he's overrated. Now, I really thought we were going to see a whole new version of Chandler. He had all that layoff time, and not much change. He was still, he was a little change. He did make it through the whole distance, which I didn't think he was going to do. Yeah, I thought one of them was going to get finished first 2 rounds, maybe 3rd round. Yeah, it was still a very entertaining fight. Oliveira imitated his grappling very well. And Chandler had trouble with that, because everyone knows Oliveira is one of the best grapplers of all time. Oliveira nearly knocked him out several times. Chandler even had some good hits, almost knocked him out. He was spamming that hit in the back of the head in the 5th round. I thought he potentially could finish him. Didn't get the finish, but it was still a good fight. Chandler called up McGregor. I don't know why everyone was so happy about that. He needs to fight someone like unranked or top 10. He's got to stop fighting these big guys. He gets that Dana White glaze too, even though he literally lost every fight he's ever fought in the top 5. So what is so good about him? He's not good. He wastes his cardio out. He's just not that good at striking. He's an okay wrestler. He's just throwing power bombs. I don't understand what the big deal about this guy is, but yeah, Charles is now back in the title run picture. I think he's still number 2 contender. Arman and Islam still need to do their thing. Maybe Oliveira fights the winner of that. Don't know. It was still a good fight. Yeah, now for the main event, we had Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Obviously, Jon won in 3rd round TKO. It was a great fight. Let me just say, Jon looked very good last night. He looked really good. He just broke Stipe down the whole fight from head to toe. Stipe looked old. He looked really old, and he looked really slow. He landed some good shots on Jon. Like, Jon was running away, but Stipe was just too slow. He couldn't capitalize on it. If this was someone like Tom Aspinall, this would have been a whole different fight. I'm telling you guys. Tom would have converted on those hits that he landed and would have kept going at him, but he let Jon recover because Stipe's just too slow. He couldn't chase him around the octagon. I'm sure y'all noticed that. Jon looked very good, though. Took some hits, though. Not really any damage. I don't think he cut Jon open. Jon did take him down. I don't know how he didn't finish Stipe in that 1st round with all those brutal elbows that he was landing. He only managed to cut him once. Stipe looked very good. Stipe looked very fatigued after round 1, but he managed to break through it and kept fighting, which was good. Yeah, but Jon really just targeted that body a lot, that rib cage, and that showed when he knocked him out with the spinning back kick 3rd round to the body with the Trump dance. Holy so, like that was all right there. Yeah, Jon Jones just looked really good. He didn't retire after the fight. So that's good. He said he'd give the fans what they want to see. I'm assuming that's Tom Aspinall. He didn't actually mention his name, but that is the fight everyone wants to see. That's the dream fight. That'd be like one of the biggest fights of all time. I believe the biggest heavyweight fight of all time is I believe Tom beat John. I really think he could, but I think it's 50-50, but if I had to bet on it, I would go Tom Aspinall. I really think he has what it takes to win. But yeah, it was a great fight. John really won every round. He broke him down. Steve, the second round was really close. I'm not gonna lie, that could have gone either way, but it wasn't a ton of action. But yeah, John just fought really well, implemented all the sources of MMA, and yeah, he needs to fight Tom Aspinall next. Stipe retired, obviously. He had a great career. He retired to go to heavyweight, in my opinion. So that was my recap over UFC 309. We had great events. I mean, we had Mauricio Ruffy, Jim Miller, we had David Onama, Martin Tybura, Jonathan Martinez, the McGee guy. Lots of great fighters on that card. It was a pretty good card. Let me know in the comments how y'all thought about this card, opinions on it, and make sure y'all like and subscribe.